Is Esan language a dialect of Edo? Esan language, is it a dialect of Edo language? So many people have been asking me this same question. And yesterday, I come across a live video of some group of people claiming that Esan language is a dialect of Edo. Today we are going to clarify that, with some evidence on ground, if Esan language is actually a dialect of Edo or not. Now, first of all, what is the meaning of dialect and language? That is what we are going to verify. Now, as we all know, for what I have here, so that some people will not say I'm just reading with something that I just have on my head, we'll see we have verifiable source and source of information. Now, a language, as we all know, is a complete system of communication of a group of people, and this system, they have what they call with their own, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, sentence structure. This language is usually not mutually understandable with another, language. So example of this language, let's use, for example, in Edo State, we have Esan, Edo, Esako, and so on and so forth. So let me go again. The simple definition of a dialect. A dialect, is a variation of the same language spoken in a different area. Dialects share the same basic grammar, and vocabulary. We differ in pronunciation, accent, and some words. So example of dialects. Here we go again. We have the Irwa, the Ubiaja dialect. I'll use that example. You can also add Uromi to it or Ewuhim in Esan land. And this one, let me quickly explain this, that a lot of people don't actually know that Esan also have dialects. As Yorubas, the large ethnic groups, they also have their own dialect inside. Esan also have their own dialect. If you go to Irwa and you are an Irwa person, if somebody from Ubiaja is speaking, we know that this person is actually Ubiaja because of the tonation, the accent, and the pronunciation. Some alphabet are actually different. That is when you know dialect. So Irwa dialect and Ubiaja dialect, we understand ourselves, but they are all still slightly different. Many people don't know, even those that claim to be our neighbor, in that they don't know that we also have dialect. That is what qualifies us as an ethnic group. Ability to have their own language and dialect inside that same language, like the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Hausa as well. Now, let's bring this one. What we have here, I've already bring one information from here, another information about Esan, if it's actually a language or a dialect. Esan, is an ethnic group that occupy central part of Edo State. A people, a person, or the people which a person or the people collectively form the ethnic group. It's the language of these people which linguistically it is of the Kwa subdivision of the Niger-Congo language family. That is to show with all these things now, that means Esan is a language of itself. Let's calm down. Gradually, we'll bring it down. Now, let's go further. Example of Kwa languages. Some people will just shout Edoed, this Edoed. Before they later classify those language with some people, it was called Kwa language, which is KWA. You write your language. Now, languages in Nigeria, we have the Yoruba, the Igbo, the Edo, the Esan, the TV, and so on and so forth. There are so many languages in Nigeria, and Esan is one of those. Is one of them. Now, regarding this same question, if Esan is a dialect of Edo or not, now we are going to answer this question together. Okay, Esan as an ethnic group, Esan language, is it a dialect of Edo or not? What we have here is no. Esan language is not a dialect of Edo language. They are separated but related languages. Esan language is not a dialect of Edo language. Esan is an ethnic group of her own in Nigeria. Esan is one of the ethnic group, in Nigeria. So if somebody asks you tomorrow that, or if somebody asks you that if Esan is a dialect of Edo, or somebody says something like that in your present, you have a lot of things to back it up. That Esan language is not a dialect of Edo. Edo is a language of its own, while Esan language is a separate language of its own. In Esan, there are several dialects. The Ebele dialect, the Uromi, the Ubiaja, which I already explained before. So why I'm not using my head just to bring, somebody will just say, oh, you are just reading, you can't tell. I bring some evidence to fact check what I said, that to back my claim up that Esan language has never be a dialect of Edo, and can never be a dialect of Edo. This Edoid family that people are saying, before, formerly it was called Kwa language family, which is representing what is called the Niger Congo language family. Niger Congo language family. Then you find the Yorubas, even across Nigeria, the Togo, I think the Benin Republic of Benin, and so on and so forth. Esan fall among those language you find, in West Africa. So if somebody will come outside to be saying Esan is a dialect of Edo, that is false. If you hear that, discredit it, and it's false, it's fallacy. All right, let's discuss this on the comment section. Follow me for more video, like and share.